Hey guys, Brandon here back with another video. So this is the update. It's April the 2nd. Currently I have no internet, so we just shooting this as a vlog for the while. So yeah, so today is the 2nd. Um, how was March? It didn't go as planned, honestly. I was supposed to work, then school. I lost my area and I tried to work about 3 days and I made negative. If you guys were still watching the videos, um, then well, I got into arbitrage sports betting of Bet Hero using Bet Hero as the search engine, the tool, and I turned $100 into about 350. And what happened? So I got limited like on two books, and then I was like, "You see this? I'm not even gonna bother." I shouldn't have said that. I should have just stick to my two books I had. That was actually still available and keep going. But I was like, I don't want to get limited, so I withdraw and try to build some history on a book on a second book because I use Stake, right? And what happened was I was using a book that my KYC wasn't complete yet. And we're trying to withdraw the money. I had to do the KYC, and they had this weird thing with video call, and they're not gonna see nothing on the video call. The video call is gonna be up, and you need to answer questions when they send a message. Crazy shit, right? Um. So yeah, and that verification process took like 5 days. And what had went on was I had 250 on one account and well, it was supposed to be 350, but it went down to 310, and I had about $79 or something so on another book. Yeah, and I thought I lost my money on the sports book because I was seeing bad reviews all over the place. So I thought I lost my money, and I placed a one bet with all my money for just one outcome, and it was supposed to give me about a three times return, so it would have put me back in 300. So I just withdraw that and call all's well that ends well, and well that lost. Yeah, that lost, and that was it for me. Then I got through the withdrawal and 250. So now the I took out the 250 and I said all's well that ends well. I turned 100 into 250. That's still a good return. In like a week, like no, like 4 days or 3 days. So that's still good. Um, so that went on. I put that back into the account, the shared portfolio, and now that account sits at about 315. Out of that 315 to almost $20 is profit. So it's at 290 right now, initial. So I gotta get it back all the way to 338. Then I would be paying for me because I need to replenish the other shareholders amount. So yeah, that's that. So it wasn't an excellent match. It really wasn't to my liking. I just want to make like if it's just 1,000 a week and I didn't make any. So yeah, it was a red month. Green on the sports book, green on the bot, red in physical. So yeah. This month I'm going back out to work, coming out the later half. Well, with all the talks of war going on, the war is gonna drag on well into almost summer. I could clearly see that. Um, so with that being said, the markets is really kind of hectic. So you gotta know what you're doing. I won't be manually trading because this in this market condition, it's crazy. It's crazy. The price action you're seeing is crazy. 1 minute you're looking to hit TP and then reverse, ram back to entry. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is every month make a deposit into my Lion account, until I get it to about 500. So I'm like about 200 shy. After that, I'm gonna create a portfolio for the other bots. Now the other bots, there'll be a breakdown video backed on the building bot series. I'll have a breakdown video for that. That is going excellent. So currently, let me move like this. So currently, the account is sitting at 10.8. So I placed 10 into the account. It's a demo, right? You guys know the account, and um, it it went down to almost 200, which is 2%. I think it went down to 1.5% actually profit, and it's all the way back up to 8. So that's insane. Now I started that account. I don't believe it's the beginning of January. I believe it's the ending of January, sometime. And it's been up since. So it's 3 months. There's 3 months of history. Uh, it's doing exactly what the bots intend to do, and it's showing me um, on each strategy or each bot specifically. It's showing me exactly how the graph went, how the profit P&L went. It's showing me exact, well, not exact, but the previous history is showing me relatively similar to how it go. You lose some, then you win some more. You know, every strategy is not 100% foolproof. So you're gonna have losses. Once you have a good win rate, that's nice. Once you win more than you lose. And currently, when I do a backtest for the last 3 months, it is showing me that yo, this is the result that you're supposed to get, and it's matching. So the bots is going good. The bots is going good. The lion, my baby, is doing well. I cannot put it on Ghoul. Unfortunately, the last rally Ghoul had where it went up to like $6,000 and then reversed. That would have put an account in drawdown of $500,000. Now it would have been like $5,000 on a cent account, but still that's insane drawdown. Um, no, it couldn't be stopped. You know, we all saw gold going and going and going. We traced and went and went. Keep making all time highs every day. So we couldn't avoid that. That was a strange moment in the market with the whole crypto boom and the gold boom. So um so I wouldn't be putting on gold. What I'm gonna be doing the rest of this month is testing the other bots, which is the monkey, the panda, the dragon, the rhino for goal entries. I'll be testing it for goal entries. So I'll be testing it for um the last 5 to 6 years, then test it for this year and put it on a demo. I would transfer the demo account to just goal, and then I would open a prop firm and a sense account for the current bot setups I have. The current bot setups I have is to risk $25 for every entry, and there are currently 7 bots active. So at one time, there shouldn't be more than 7 trades open, and at one time there aren't more than 4 trades open. Remember, 2 is range breakouts, 1 is a candle breakout, 2 tick breakouts, basically volume confirmation, and 1 swing trader. Short swing trader. So yeah. So at one time, not more than 3 or 4 trades should be open at a time, so you wouldn't have an over risk of over $100 for the day. So that's still well within the limit of a 10K prop account, because I wanted to simulate what would happen if I had placed it on a prop firm without risking a poor prop firm. So with that being said, I'll open a demo for the gold when I'm finished testing. Once I get good results, then I'll open a standard cent for the bots using the same setup on just $100. I could use the same setup because this time I wouldn't have the challenge to go through. It is a live account, just cents. And I would open a prop firm. I would like to not open a 10K, to open more like a 20K or 50K if I have the capital. If I don't, I'll open a 10 or probably just a 20, because I think the 20K is like about $120. So yeah, so that's my plan coming forward. This month is a tough one. I don't have much time. Still a husband and a father. I'm not devoting. I'm not devoting 100% of my time to this because I have other responsibilities. But it is always on my mind. Um, so the look forward is that. Um, the other nice thing I'm working on, which will actually pique your guys' interest if you guys are still watching or my future self is watching this. I hope you did it. The Waka Waka EA was broken down by our good old friend, no code trading, or I forgot his name, Mr. Capfree. Yeah, it was broken down by Mr. Capfree. So he broke it down on a video this week that I watched, and basically it's a RSI swing martingale system. So when RSI hits 15% from its average, either above or below, you look for a reverse. And then on the reverse, you martingale till you get that profit. And when you get the profit, you close off in a basket, and all well that ends well, you look for another entry. One entry, that's your entry condition RSI. Now, with that information, I could actually program code tests for that. So that would be my project after I'm finished with gold, because I still want to do gold to complete the rest of bots. I haven't tested the bots also on Bitcoin, but I wouldn't test on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is very much a fragile, or how to say, unpredictable unpredictable asset. So it fluctuates a lot, so it wouldn't be strict as forex pairs. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna build. I'm gonna build the Waka Waka. I believe the name I would go with is the Tiger. I was trying to work on the Tiger, and I didn't, so I'll just replace it with that. It's a same martingale grid system, just with a confirmation entry. I could also use that with different strategies like the Fibonacci retracement. Now, Currency Pros, if you guys follow Ara on YouTube, Currency Pros has breakout and a Fibonacci, but I would eventually like to be able to pay for it and use their function, use their tool, but finances. So I would try to replicate it. The Fibonacci trading system, I can probably try to simulate it. So that's another stuff I'll be working on. The breakout system, I'll need to retest it. So that's the Dragon. I'll need to retest it for gold. And other than that, that's basically on the Mad EA side. Now on to the sports betting. What I have noticed is I've done a lot of research, extensive research on the maths. Now I'm an algo trader. It's all about probability, win rates, and your profit factor paired with the drawdown. So to know if you have longevity, how positive EV, which is expected value, works. It's after a consecutive amount of positive expected value bets, you would see profit. It's not about short term; it's about long term. So if you have a 12% EV, average EV with a 1.6 odds, and a average win rate of like 70% over 1,000 bets, and your unit size is probably like $5, you'll be up like about 200. That's basically algo trading maths right there, because it's showing me the same thing: profit factor by your risk factor by your drawdown percentage, and your win rate would show you over a certain amount of time how profitable were you? So it's the same thing. So that's why I'm very much intrigued by positive EV betting. And what I've realized when been doing my research, a lot of algo traders, quant traders, math guys, and probability experts have switched over to sports betting because there is opportunities. Now you get limited. They are, you can't get rich. Everybody gotta do it. It would have been done already. They limit your account, you get banned, you get flagged, they check your CLV, your closing line value, how often you beat that closing line value. So like what kind of bets you're placing. So this is why you gotta although you had to have a lot of bookies, you had to have history on these bookies. So right now I'm working on getting history on one bookie. So I like every week or 2 weeks I put in a $10 or $20 and I try to make a parlay, play singles, until I'm ready. And when I'm gonna be ready is when my unit size can be $5, and basically to have a unit size $5 need to be either 0.5 or 1%. In this case, I want to use 0.5% because with positive EV bets, you gotta fire off about 30 bets a day. If I use 1%, that's 20% of my account out at one given time. I would not like that. I'd like it to be less. So I'd like that to be about 10% of my account. So for 20 bets at $5 each to be 10% of my account, the $5 would need to be about 1,000. $1,000 would need to be my balance with me using a unit at $5. Now, really, I should have used it at 10, but why I want it to be $5? Because the tool I'm gonna use it costs $60 USD a month. So I just want to make 30 units a month profit. No, well, not 30. It will be more than 30. No. Actually, if I use $5, yeah, right. I'm talking percentage, right? I'll need 30 units. So I need to be positive 30 units on average every month, so I wouldn't be losing. So yeah, short term, but long term, look forward. Yeah. So to do that, I'm gonna need a capital, and I don't have the capital, so that's why I'm doing every month. I'll deposit 100 or 200 into my trading algos. I already paid $25 US for the VPS, but I might as well maximize the use on it as I could open 6 terminals. Um, other look forward maps. I haven't stopped, but haven't reached a dead end either. But I've paused, put a pin in it because I need my US-based bank account to be able to get rewards, as in monetary payments for ad revenue and all those stuff. And I don't want to implement ads, and I can't even make the money. No, I know the money will always be mine, but just for transparency, I don't want to do that. Also, in the pipeline, I'm thinking about doing video games, making video games. So I've been doing a lot of research on that, learning. As I have the free time. When I have the free time, micro learning. So there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to work on, trying to become financially independent. Also, I have taken a keen interest in dividends, how to continuously receive dividends, And I came across the almost daily dividend spy that is on Trading 212. And I made an account. I'm currently getting it verified. That is something also I want to invest in. I want to have a total of about 1,000 USD over there. So that would be dividends coming in like every day or almost every day. Not to spend, just to really like more like a savings or a retirement plan. So like if every year I could put like $1,000 there, that'd be great. So $1,000 is only like no, 1,000 is like almost one of my salary, but somehow will work out, right, guys? If I can put $500 a year, that'll be good. In like 5 years, I'll have 2,500, and that'll be dividends could be coming in on an average of like $1 a day, something like that. Still good, Money is money. So yeah, with the world gonna end, I hope we all make it. So I'm not saying the world is ending, right, guys. It's just the war. It's looking tragic on the east. They're suffering fuel shortages, work from home um, initiatives getting implemented in Korea. Um, Oil at all the time low because of that. They're thinking about cutting the internet cable that's running through the channel. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. So I hope we still get to make money. My VPS is in New York. Hope that's still running. Even if my VPS go down, I hope, and I quote, I hope I have winning trades open. So, when it do comes back online and price of Bitcoin skyrockets, I have like a couple buys in already. So when the buys in, when it's time to close off, I'm closing off and probably like a 10,000 US. Visions, and aspirations. So I'm out, guys. Duty calls.